Monday night office meeting. I invited an environmental engineer in. They're not engineers, actually, environmental cleanup guys. These are the guys when you have a buried oil tank or an oil spill, your oil tank's leaking, or they do a test and it turns out the soil's contaminated with oil. These are the guys come in and dig out your oil tank. They do the cleanup. If the oil tank comes out and it was leaking, they gotta take all the dirt out as well. So let's go take a look at what they're talking about here. And I'll show you. Look what we have tonight. We've got nice pasta and chicken.
Inside. Like he was saying, this was supposed to be done for those previous abandoned tanks that were done probably 10, 15, 20 years ago. The only problem was a lot of the tanks were not cleaned out prior to being filled with sand or hopefully not with concrete or anything like that. Once you get into that situation, you're going to deal with possible contamination inside the tank, let alone that there could be contamination under the tank. Because obviously, if they never cut it, cleaned it, they probably didn't check underneath to make sure that those tanks were cleaned out thoroughly to deal.
Question: is there a requirement for the homeowner to clean these old tanks? Was there a code, or the code is a new code now, environmental code, that these tanks has to be cleaned?
What happened back then was they were called abandonments in place. Nowadays, we reluctantly try not, we really don't want to do these abandonments because what's happening now is due to the mortgage companies and inspectors and what was happening in the past, these homeowners were unfortunately led to abandonments in place. And now that, since it wasn't done properly, now mortgage companies don't want to take the risk of getting a mortgage on a house that may or may not have contamination that was never checked. Nowadays, if I have to do this, a lot of municipalities don't want it done. So one of the reasons why they want to do this is because it's undermining the foundation, but moving along those lines. If we were to do it, we would do what we just showed you. We sat there, we uncover the tank, cut it, clean it thoroughly before filling it.
That's what's happening. Office building right here at 120 White Plains Road in Tarrytown. We're located on the first floor for now. Cafeteria is where we hold our meetings. If you're an agent and you're not getting education in your real estate office, you really should go somewhere where they are constantly teaching you new things about the real estate industry, so that when somebody asks you a question about, hey, I got a buried oil tank, how does that, what do I do? Buried oil tank, we're not sure if it has to be tested, we're not sure if it leaks, what goes on. You just come off like you know what you're talking about, and it's a wonderful thing. But know what you're talking about, say, oh, I know the environmental guy, I know the guy that's going to take the tank out, it's going to be great. So all those great things happen in our office here. Every Monday night we have a meeting. There's a guest of some kind at our meeting. They're teaching you something. There's always something to be learned. When you're done learning, I think you die when you're done learning. So you got to learn every day. You got to constantly learn. I want to know everything there is to know about everything at some point. In the real estate industry, I need to be the industry leader because I know everything that's going on. I may not know everything about how to sell, how to be like this cheesy sales guy, but I know my stuff. I know my real estate. I know what happens when there's a buried oil tank. I know what happens when there's termites in the house. I know what happens when there's moss on a roof, or there's water damage in the house, when the ventilation's not good, when the wiring's not good. And where do you learn that stuff? You learn it in your real estate office because they train you. They bring in experts. They tell you about electrical. They tell you about plumbing. They tell you about termites. You get all these different guys in there, water, fire, mold, all these other things that we learn about in my office. So I'm going to walk back in there now, and I'm going to be quiet. Thank you for joining us, by the way. Anybody interested, please call me.
We're going to basically have to do exactly what we did before, and now cut it into pieces, each piece out of the ground, It's your proposal, same situation, it's just, it's gonna turn from like a 2-hour ordeal to a 2-day ordeal, maybe 3 days, depending on how deep the tank is and how big the tank is. A lot easier to do with the machine, but, you know, if you ask for a price for these 10 people, that's basically.
Okay, I'm going to wrap this one up. Look at that great food. Look what Dom gets us all the time. We have a salad bar here. Look at this whole thing. We have great office meetings. Don't we have great office meetings, Dom? There's Dom. Dom owns the catering company here that makes the food for us and has our cafeteria. We're on the 4th floor right now in the cafeteria. And anybody have any questions, want to call me anytime, email, reach out. Great night. Thank you.